Vig, let's stick with a little football here. A little NFL, little New York Football Giants.
The gridiron.
The gridiron. And the gridiron greats here in our area, the currently 6-2 first place New York Giants, are beginning shouldn't say beginning, it started last week, are continuing the brutal part of their schedule, where we travel 3,000 miles across the country to San Francisco to attack the San Francisco 49ers. And a lot of people are thinking that the first place 7-1 49ers are going to have their way with us.
Who'da thunk it?
Who'da thunk it at the beginning of the season? What do you think?
I'm going to go with an upset victory, a slight upset victory for the Giants. I mean, maybe they'll be probably 1 point underdogs.
It might be a couple more than that. I mean, you got to give them 3 points for playing at home. Plus, they have a better record, so you probably, for the better record, got to give them a point or two. Give them 3 points for playing at home. They'll probably be 4 to 5 point favorites.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I mean, we can check the
Even though
line.
we just beat New England?
You can check the line.
In New England?
You can check the line.
What?
You can check the line.
So I'm going to go with, I'm going to pick the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, is this 1991 all over again?
It might be. We might see a 15-13 game or whatever score it was.
We go to Candlestick, beat the 49ers, and route to a Super Bowl championship over the Bills. Anyway, wide right. I'll go with the Giants beating the Niners this week because I think the Niners are frauds.
Okay.
They beat the Seahawks. Yes, we lost to the Seahawks, but
Yeah.
they beat the Seahawks.
That's a throwaway.
2-6.
Right.
So they beat the Seahawks. They beat the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Bengals 13-9.
Okay.
They beat Detroit.
Right.
Right, that was a good
Exactly.
win. Good,
An undefeated Detroit team at the time.
good win, absolutely. Lost to the Cowboys.
Okay.
Squeaked by the Eagles by a point.
Okay.
I think the 49ers are total frauds. I think versus a good team, which the New York Giants are, with a good quarterback, a good running game, a good receiving core, and a good defense, everything's good across the board. Is anything elite? Probably not,
Mm-hmm.
but good across the board. I think that the Niners will struggle. I think it'll be a wild game, a little crazy.
It will.
Jim Harbaugh is always nuts. He's
Yeah.
always good for just an X factor.
It'll be a high-scoring game. Yep.
I'll pick the Giants, and I'll take them by a field goal.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to go, and I hate to say this because I love the Giants. I'm pulling for them, but I'm going to go 49ers here. I'm going to say 31-27-ish. Okay. So it's going to be high scoring. Tight game, exactly, but high scoring. And I'm going to kind of use exactly what you said and throw it right back at you.
Sure.
Bengals are a pretty good team this year. So squeaking by them is, you know what, you're going to squeak by some teams that are pretty decent. Same way we squeaked by the New England Patriots, right? I mentioned it before. When they played the Detroit Tigers, or the Detroit Lions, the Lions were undefeated. They dropped 2 in a row, but now all of a sudden they're back. They're playing well again. Yes, they beat the Eagles, squeaked by them. You mentioned that. They did that in Philadelphia, the Dream Team. So you, once again, give up 3 points on the spread, do the home field for the Eagles, and they win the game. So you know what? The 49ers are for real this year. We have to watch out. All of a sudden Alex Smith, maybe he was just waiting for a quarterback guru to come on board, and that's what he got in John Harbaugh. That's straightened them out. Their defense has been phenomenal this year. Special teams is good too. They have very few weaknesses. I think it's gonna. One thing that could work to our advantage is if Frank Gore is hurt. If he's hurt, that takes away 80 yards plus in their rushing game, helps us out, and we have a chance to win the game. But I see it as a high-scoring shootout where the home team wins. Simple as that.
Generally speaking, in shootouts, Giants usually perform fairly well in shootouts. That's one of the reasons why they always do pretty well against New England.
Right.
I mean, how does that happen? You play well against, you play poorly against the Seahawks and well against New England.
Yeah.
Who do you see this as a quarterback versus quarterback matchup, or do you see the Niners beating the Giants because their team in general is better?
It's tough to say because I don't know yet if the 49ers as a team are really better than the Giants as a team. Because a lot of their players were on the team last year, the year before, where they weren't very good. So maybe better than that. I'll even go a step further and say it's coach versus coach matchup. Whereas, not saying that Harbaugh is a better coach than Coughlin right now, but I think right now he has his team in his pocket. He's motivating them. He's controlling them. He's the darling of the NFL as far as coaches go right now, Harbaugh. And I think he's going to be able to empower his team and lead them to a victory.